Well, we could do. We should actually do some commits, I guess. Well, that's a commit. Let's do it like this. Git add. Now, actually, we should check the status. Anyone that could guess what the status will be? Please. Josephine? What is the git status? Okay. What did you guys say? What did you guys say? Modified. And changes are staged or not staged?
Not staged.
Not staged. Let's see. That's right. Not staged for commit, modified. So we add it. And we commit. Actually, we can check it out again, but we know what it looks like. Git commit. That's it. And actually, we now have 2 commits, if I'm not counting it wrong. And we could check it out, actually. There's a command for that that actually would show up later in the slides, but do you want to show it?
No, go forward to slides.
Okay.
We haven't that much.
Yes.
We have a very good command. It's git checkout. Here you're just moving around in your database files. You can move around to the different nodes. We can probably write. You can write on the how our tree looks like for the moment. It's quite easy for it just 2 different dots for the moment because we have 2 different commits.
Yes. First is the initial commit. This is a special commit because it has no parent. The only commit that has no parent in most cases. And a second commit, the bacon commit, which has the initial commit as parent. That's our workspace right now and our repository. And we'll see. We can actually check out and see what's in the first commit using the checkout command. We don't have any real other label to the first commit other than the ID. So we had to find that out first.
So it exists a good command that is git log. It's a log for every commit existed. As you see here, we have the first one is the commit ID. And after that we have who write it. And on that timestamp and stuff like that, good stuff, and the message.
Yes. That's the most important part, because anytime that you look at what your friend did, mostly you look at the log and you see the messages and you basically understand what the changes are if the friend is a good coder, good Git user, and that saves you a lot of trouble of going through his commits in the code. And you can just fast forward through it.
As you also see, it's sorted by time.
Yes.
So the first one is the last in the timeline.
These commit IDs, as I'm highlighting right now, are unique in such a way that if I have less than 1,000 commits, I don't really need more than 3 of the first characters to identify a unique commit. The more commits I have, the more characters I have to use because of the mathematics behind it. I usually just take a chunk, copy it, and use the checkout. Like that. Okay?
And now you changed where your head is for the moment.
Yes.
Head is where your workspace
Yes.
is
Points.
for the moment. If it is clean.
Yeah, the head label moves around just as you move around, and it's working well, like a pointer towards where you are, and it's good for pointing at commits in relation to where you are. So let's say I'm standing in the middle of a branch, and I want to point at a commit that's 2 commits behind me. I use the head label in combination with some mathematics and get the point where I want. We're back at master, and master is the branch I'm working on, and it points at the last commit, which is the...
We have labels.
supposed to be the poem with bacon, yes. Yes.
Labels like that for the moment. And we also have the label head.
Yes.
Also pointing on the same. Before we changed the label head to point to that one, and now we changed back again. If we go back.
Should I go on? Yes.
Yeah, to the next command.
Branch,
we
this is
have,
nice.
Branch.
Actually, we should... the branching thing is actually a bit special because we don't use the branch command to create new branches. Rather, we use the checkout command to check out and create a new branch all at once. Which is kind of sketchy. It's not supposed to be like that, in my opinion, but that's how we do it. So let's say I want an alternative README file starting at the base, which is the first commit. So I still have the ID of the first commit, and I want to check out a new branch, which means... Oh, I'm sorry. And we say alternative README. This is the branch name I will use. I will see it later. And then specify where the commit is. Bam. Switch to a new branch, alternative README. And actually, we introduce a new label. No, we don't. Just a label.
Sorry.
Yes. Yeah, that's okay. That's okay. If we look at git status right now, it will show us that we're not on master anymore. We are on the branch alternative README. This is very important to see when you're in git status because once in a while you may work on a commit that's designated for a different branch than the one you're on. And the only way to find this out is to actually go to the status and see what the branch is. And with a few tricks, you may get rid of those changes, switch the branch, and then make those changes reappear again. We'll go through that later.
Git branch
Yes.
also have a, if you just write git branch.
Yes. I will just clean this. Yes.
You get a list of all the branches, and you also get a sign in the beginning where
It doesn't show
sign, character in the row, but there
it's a star for those who wonder.
it's the branch we are on for the moment.
Yes.
It's what label we use.
We can actually make a commit here. We want to write something else. Let's say just like that. Now, actually, when I do like this, what will happen?
You need to add first.
One more time, please.
What?
One more time, please.
You need to add it before we...
Yes. So actually, nothing will happen. It will still show modified, and I can actually show the auto adding flag here. Just with a simple A, I will do the same thing and actually perform the commit. So right now we have a different repository. Wow. as you saw, this new commit has the initial commit as its parent, which means it's now a parent of 2, which is also, it's fine. The parent itself does not care about its children. It's the other way around. The children care about the parent. Which might be hard to think of, but that's the way it works. Now, I actually wanted to look at what happens. No? Yes. If I'm not, we'll show this because it's kind of important. I'm editing on the 3rd row in this file, which might be the same row that I wrote on before. I'm not really sure. Let's check it out. Now we'll see.
Now he just check out that the master branch that commit. So you just see the change. Yeah, you have right on the 3rd row.
Yeah, and what if we try to merge this together? Like, I've done some changes and I want to incorporate it into the master branch, right?
Often you can see that this has a different feature. We just simplify it now for easy understanding.
Merging is like stitching changes together and making sure the files that I've changed remain singular and contain as many of the changes in the both branches as possible. And we'll see what happens. Actually, we can show the command for it.
Yeah. Git merge.
Yes, git merge. Just a little bit theory about it. When I want to do a merge, it will, in a way, create a commit somewhere in the middle, right? And this is special because...
With 2 different children.
No, 2 different parents. It's the only thing that has 2 parents. It's a merge commit. And the interesting thing is what labels will point at this commit. And that is depending on where I stand when I perform the merge and what branch I merge in. So if I first check out the branch called alpha, in this context alpha is a branch, and perform git merge beta, it will do like this. If this was beta, it will use the beta content as a parent, also the alpha content as a parent, and the alpha branch will point at the new commit, but the beta branch won't. The beta branch will, in a sense, remain unchanged. The only thing that has changed is that the last commit in the beta branch now has a child, but it's unaware of the child. So, just like that, make sure where I am. I'm on branch master, where I want to be. Now, what was the name of the branch? I'll turn to README. Conflict.
Surprise.
Surprise, surprise. This is a conflict. Conflicts emerge when 2 independent changes are performed on the same row in a file, in a text file. And there is a special way to show this. And
it's,
I don't know if you can see this.
Yeah, it's why is not only the 1 row, because the commits committed several rows, so it can't really know if you just that row changed it or you added more. So it's going to take all the connected rows from 1 commit and all the connected rows from the
other commit. Yeah.
The other commit.
And it will actually bloat the file with this this overhead. Like this is the changes made in the head commit, or the commit where head points at, which was the master. And these are the changes from the alternative README branch. So actually, I want to use this one.
Here you can change as you want.
Yeah, you can do whatever you like, actually. And what I do right now is actually...
add the different rows above each other and whatever you want. don't be afraid of a conflict. It's going to happen. Learn to solve it is the right way to do it.
Yes.
Uh,
And the actual solution of the conflict is cleaning up the text file itself. So right now I have cleaned it up. I've chosen to go with the alternative README row 3 and the poem from master branch, which means I've kind of merged my paths in a way. I've saved, and let's look at this. Yes, please.
How do you, if it's like more code, how do you know what row it was supposed to go on? If like the row 3 there conflicted with another row 3 from the beginning?
Yeah, that's a very good question. As you see here, the head pointer actually points to the exact row where the conflict began. And what's in the first row of the actual content is supposed to be at that point. Or the other one. I mean, this was at row 3 before. So most of the time it doesn't matter because of that Java doesn't care about white space. You can have several new lines and it doesn't matter. So the only thing that you need to know is that this chunk of the file is the conflict that you need to solve, and that's the only thing you need to care about right now. Does that answer your question?
Yeah,
Yes.
So multiple conflicts will be like...
Yeah,
Yes, multiple chunks, yes.
if we start, if you use copy paste, then what it should look like if you have.
Yeah, okay, sure. Let's do like this. Let's see, we had 3 of these.
It should look like something like that
Yes.
with different text in it. So you need then the correct strategy is start with one and
work your
solve
way through
one
it.
after the other.
So we solved the conflict. Actually, we can do. Oh,
No.
doesn't work. It's just close without saving. Don't save. This will work. Oh,
Oh.
sorry. Sublime, please. All these texts. Yes, that's it.
Yeah, and remove the.
And remove the last part. Now we save.
Can compile.
Yes. We have compilable code. And let's check it out. Git status. Unmerged paths. Before it said modified changes or something like that. But right now, it tells us that we have a merged which is not finished or done. This hints us that the next commit we make will be a merge commit. So we have the change. And changes to be committed. Now it changed from unmerged paths to changes to be committed, and we can also see here that we will conclude a merge by committing. That's important. Let's put a merge-like message. See this?
It's not too bad to say yes, merging conflict, but you should probably say something more. But
yeah, please tell about what you're merging.
Yeah, what branch it's merging from, or stuff like that.
Yeah, like that.
Yeah.
Git status, and we're done.
Yeah.
Now, the branch that we were on, alternative, or yeah, the one, alternative README, yes. The alternative README does still exist, and we can check it out and see what's there.
The alternative is still pointing on the old one, but because we haven't removed that one. Also, that commit going to always exist as well, but we have a new label for it for the moment. So you need to check it out on the ID of the commit.
Yes.
If we do a git log now.
Sure thing. Right now I'm at the alternative README. Do you want me to go to the master?
Go to
Yes.
master. Then we have the 4 different commits. We have the first one there.
The merge commit, yes.
We have that one is the... No, I start from the correct timeline.
Yes.
So that was initial.
Yes.
After that we have first point with bacon, commenting on tutorial, and merging.
Yes. So all commits are existing in a way in the master branch, but not all commits are existing in the alternative branch, which we may see. I would just want to point at this. The merge pointer here. Normally, we don't point at parents within a commit because we see them in the log. But merge commits are very specific as they point towards their parents, both the parents. As you can see here, 067 corresponds to this one, and 14F is this one. Yes.
How come we can't see the names of the different paths? Like it's supposed to be master on the first one, and
The
The commits itself do not care about the labels.
labels is just a thing on the top for that we can use the tool Git easier,
Yeah.
because we don't need this ID. But we can use different things for see the different labels. But
Yes.